question number 6 we have given as a zigzag conversation, right? So what is saying that we have given let's read the question. So a string is saying that we have given a string, this is written in the zigzag pattern on a given number of rows, right? And what we have to do, we have to read one line by line. So let's read line by line this, so you will get line by line this number. Okay, so write the code that will take the string and make the conversion on a given number of rows. So let's suppose this is the function we have given, this is the string given, and this is the number of rows given. So once we will write the code, so we should get this as output. So in the first example we have given what, this is the example we have given a string as, we have given number of rows given. So once we will write like this, so you will get this value as we have shown, right? So this is the same value we are getting here. Similarly, if we'll have this string and number of rows we have 4, so if we'll represent this, it will you have to represent like this one. Okay, and then you will see you will get what, the string, right? So the first example what we have here is PAHN, right? Then what we have APLSIIG, and then we have YIR, right? So we are reading like this. Okay, so what is the zigzag? Zigzag means what, we are getting here like this, will go like this, like this. Okay, will go either, will go you can say like this. So we'll understand this approach how we will get. So if there is only one element, so if you read like this, you will get only one A here, so we'll return the value. And one more thing, the string length should be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 1000, and all string letters is consisted with lowercase, uppercase, comma and dot. Now we have seen we have number of rows that can be less than equal to in this range only. So this question has been asked in the all frank almost Facebook, Google, Apple, and in all the companies almost they have uh, asked this question. Okay, so this is very tricky question because this is not based on the any data structure algorithm, but you have to they are actually checking your thought process of problem solving skills, right? So make sure that this is a tricky questions and this is not algorithm based question. Okay, so what you have to develop yourself as a algorithm, and you have to uh, define, right? So there is multiple approach that we will see in this video. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to print this input string in the line by line, right? So if you represent ABCD A to Z, right, like this you will represent like so. For each element you can say we are if we'll read line by line like this, so we will get what, first we will getting what, A I Q Z in this line, right? In this line, in the row first we are getting, and so we are getting, you can see that we are getting AI QZ. Second line we have B H I P S and Y. So similarly we are getting B H J P S Y, right? We are getting. Okay, so I think you have understood how to what is a zigzag pattern. So this zigzag is nothing but what we have given like this. This is row, then we will go diagonally, then we will go full column, then we will go to diagonally. So this is called zigzag pattern. Let me draw again. Okay, so zigzag pattern is if you are starting with this and then you are going diagonally, when we are going column, then you are diagonally. So column and diagonally you are going, so this is called zigzag pattern. So zigzag is completely different with the spiral one. Okay, so don't confuse with the spiral and zigzag. So this is zigzag pattern, and you have to read the zigzag string line by line. Okay, you have to read line by line. So you have seen where the ABCD we have represented in this zigzag form, and then we are reading like this. Okay, so this is upper input string, and we are after reading line by line we will get this one. Okay, so uh, if you want to understand the spiral and a moment vs the zigzag, right? So a spiral is like you have to make like this, right? This pattern, this is a spiral, but zigzag is you have to go like this. Okay, so this, if we represent this one, so like this animations define you this zigzag motion. Now consider the approach, right? The first approach we have is zigzag movement, in which we will see how we will simulate the zigzag movement, right? So our first task is to determine the string matrix. So you can say, sorry, size of the matrix, right? And so that it will you can create after 2D array, and you can simulate writing the string in zigzag pattern. So there is a number of rows we have, right? And that will be equal to you can take num rows, right? So once we have num rows, so what we will do, we will calculate our number of columns that is required. So what we will do, let's understand here that part that we have made into circle here, right? This circle. So this is nothing but our uh, in each circle you will see there is a column, and there is a you can say diagonal. There is a column and there is a diagonal. There is a column and there is a diagonal, right? So each part we are taking. See why we are taking that? For each zigzag moment we have one column, and then we have what, our column, we can say diagonal. Again what we will see here, we will have our column, and then we have our diagonal. We have column and then we have diagonal, like this we will get. So each minimum section we have to take like this. This is our each section, right? So each section we have to consider as a unit of the you can say uh, part, right? So if we want to solve this part, right, so we can solve all other parts, correct? So what you will do, for each uh, row and column you consider as a one section. Give me 1 minute. Now we have cleaned this one. Once you will have, right, so we'll get our each section. So now you have section 1, section 2, section 3, right? 3 section we have in this case. So for each section, at most how many columns there should be? So each section will have number of rows, right? And that -1 as a columns. So if rows is given, right, rows you have given, so this is our column, number of column. Let's see, uh, row we have given what, let's suppose row have given 5, right? So how many column will be there? So column will be uh, 5 minus 1, that is 4, you can say. Okay, so in that case let's suppose we have given this one. Okay, so for each section, if you'll consider for the each section how many columns are there, right? So how many, they see we have given the first section, if you'll understand, we have given row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, right? Total we have given how many rows? We have 5 rows we have given. So let's count for the column. So we required 4 columns. So how we'll get the column? 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see 4 columns we have, right? So for each section you will have number of rows and number of column you have, right? Now consider for each section how many characters we have. So number of rows we have what, 5 we have. Number of columns what we have, 4 we have. So number of character if you want to find for each section, how will get you? See, read this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In one row we have 5 characters, right? And for each diagonal you have to consider, right? So 3 we have, 5 and 3, 8 we have for each one. How will get this one? So there is a formula. You can take 2 into row is nothing but 5, and then minus you can say 2 characters, sorry, 2 character, that is come 8, right? 10 minus 2 is 8 character. And this formula is nothing but what, 2 into row and minus 2 character for each section, for each section. I think you have understood this one, right? So for each section what we have, if number of rows we have given, right? Number of rows if you have given, so number of column what we will have in, only you have to do -1, then you will get the number of columns, correct? Another thing is what we have, if you want to find the number of characters, you will do by 2 into row minus 2, you will get number of characters in one column, and you can say number per row minus 2 diagonal, right? You will get. So total you will have our you can say uh, character and number of column and director, right? Like that you have, right? So Let's suppose you have n characters, right? So if you have n characters, how will you get the total characters, right? So let's suppose you have n characters. We are talking about this one, right? Number character. So what will happen? You will have to uh, define a- we have to define what n by you can say number of rows we have and minus 2 characters. So if this selling value will come, that is nothing but our uh, for n character we will have at most this number of sections that will contains the characters. So these are the sections we have, right? These are the sections we have, and for each sections you have characters, so you can for that you can multiply, not divide, you can multiply. So each section we will have what a number of rows minus one column, and we can say for each section we will multiply, right? So let's suppose if we'll go here, suppose not here, let's go to, let me clean, okay, or either I can write here. So for each section what will happen, we have our you can say column, we have number of rows minus 1 that we have seen already here, and we have our what uh, number of sections, right? So we will have number of sections from here. So if we'll do multiply with these two, we will get our what number of total columns that we will have for this you can say value, right? Total value, right? For each section we have and number of column we have, right? So this we will get for each section, we will get this one, and number of column you already have. So just you multiply and you will get number of columns totally, right, for each dimension. I think you have understood, right? Now think about one more thing. We have given our section, right, and one more trick task is here to traverse the maximum you can say matrix in the zigzag order, you can say, right? So our second task is more tricky task, and we have to traverse the matrix in a zigzag order, correct? So let's consider we have two things, right? This is ABCD we have given, right? And we have made this one, right? So these are each section we have here, each section. So what we will do, we will take two variables. Let's suppose we have a, current row and a current column, okay? So we will represent this one in the in this matrix, okay, and we'll define we'll try to find. So what we will do, first we will start from the top and we'll traverse down as an entire column, okay? So we will start from here and we'll traverse to entire column, then we will traverse diagonally, right? Then we will traverse diagonally like this, okay? And when we are traversing this one for each section, so we are in the section 1, right? Then we will repeat the same process again for the next section, right? So if you will traverse like this from here to here, right? So only we have to traverse again for the same traversing we'll have to only for the each section, right? So what we will take for each we will take one row current row and the current row. So once we will have here, this is a current row, you can say CR, and this is nothing but our current column CC, you can say. So like this we will go, okay. Okay, so first let's go from like this, okay. Now while moving the top to bottom in a column, let's suppose let me clean, okay. Let's suppose while we are traversing from here to down, right? While we are moving from top to bottom in a column, so there is a current column, let's suppose CC, current column we have, right? So will remain same, it will remain same, but row is moving, you can say. For this column is 1, let's suppose. So we are moving what? First row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this we are coming down, right? So we will go from let's suppose we have 0 in 0 row. So 0 to we will go to n columns, n rows, sorry, n rows. So while moving down we are here, right? So what we have to do, we have to move diagonally up, you can say we have to move diagonally up like this, right? So we will move one cell up, and then we have to one cell right, you can see one, we will move one cell up first and then we will move right, right? You can say one cell right. Then what we will do? Thus we will increment column one by one, right? Then we will increment one column up each time like this, right? We will move. So once we will reach here, right, diagonally, we will move one cell up and one cell right for the diagonal, and thus we will increment current column by one. Each time current column we have to update because we are moving from this way, right, this direction. So if column is here, right, second time column is this, column is this, right, and column is this. It is incrementing each time, correct? Each time it is incrementing. So, and then once we will reach here, right, let's suppose we will reach there. So what we will do? We will decrease the current row, right? We will decrease once we will reach here. Now we are not going to read this one, right? So now we are at this row, correct? Previously we have started from here, right? Now we have, once we will reach here, right, here, what we will do? We will start reading from the row minus 1, right? And then we will, till we will reach to the top, right? We'll reach the top, we'll do the same process and we'll reach to the similarly we'll reach to the top is current row is 0, right? Now what we will do, we'll repeat this movement until we will traverse all the n characters of the input string, right? So if we'll talk about this one, the coding part, let's see here. So what we were talking about that we will have what, let's suppose I'll write here. Let's suppose we have given A, B, C, D, E. We were talking about this one, right? Then what we have? We have here F, G, H we have. Then we are starting from here only. This is I that we have already gone through. This is our J, K, L, M, and yeah, M. Then what we will take? N, O, P, right? Then we will start what? Q, S, T, U, V, W. And this is sorry, not W here. W should be here and X should be here. So we have to go through like this, right? Each time we will read like this. Okay. So first what we have to do? We have to go, let me take another pen. Yeah. So what we will do? First we will start from here, right? Row. So row will start from what? 0. And then we will come to last here, right? Let's suppose row Rn. Then after this what we will do, once we will done, then we will increment our column by 1, right? And then we will go up and then we'll go for the diagonal right, like this, right? So again the row will get decreased from here, right, this position. So let's see, first we will check for the row 1, right? So string we have given S and number of column we have given row. So number of row equal to 1. Number of row equal to 1 means we will return S, correct? If number of row is 1 means total row is only 1 we have. So we will return that string that we are talking about, this one, right? This one. Number of row is only 1, then we will return this, right? So this is the base condition that we have. There is only one element in the string, so there is only one row. We don't need to do anything. We will return that string. Now what we have, int n we have, so we will get our length of the string we will get. Once we have the length of a string, we will make our string, right? So let's suppose we have whole ABCD we have given, right? So for each section what we will get our section, and we know that section is nothing but n by 2 into this one, right? We have gone through already, right? N by what? 2 into number of rows and minus 2, we will get our all the character for each number of for each section, that is we are getting 8, right, that time, and we will divide this one. So selling value of this one is nothing but our what, number of sections we will get, correct? So if we will have a length is, let's suppose for this example that we have not talked about, total we will find the length, let's suppose, and then we will find, okay, you will count the total number of string length. Let's suppose we have what, 20, around n is 26, right? length of the string is 26 for the for this A to Z, right? Now we have about 8. So how many section we will come? 3, if you multiply 3, 24, right? 3 point something, so selling value will come at 3, right? And that's why we are getting total how many section 1, section 2, and section 3. Total 3 section we are getting, right? See, section 1, 2, and 3 section we are getting, correct? So that's why we are getting what selling value we are getting for each section. Section is 3 here. Now number of column, we know that how we'll get the section into number of rows minus 1. Total columns, we are getting total columns how? Section what we have? 3 we have, right? So we will multiply number of rows minus 1. That is nothing but our 4, right? So total 12 columns will be there. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total 12 columns is there, right here. So we are getting 24 here as a sorry, 24 by 8 equal to 3 as a section. Here we are getting how many? 12, right? 12 rows, right? And here length is nothing but what? 26, correct? Okay. Now once we have, so we will have our matrix we will have, right? So our when our grid, we will number of rows we have, number of columns we will have, right? And then what we will do, we will fill all the value with empty data. We don't have anything on any of this data, any of this place we don't have anything. So what we will do, we'll start, we will initialize some variable, current row, current column, and the starting index from where we will start, right? So what we will do, first of all, we will start iterating the zigzag pattern on the grid, and then we will fill all the string character. How we'll do that? So first we'll start from the start current index. Current index would be less than equal to n. So if ABCD is given A to Z, right? A to Z. So we will start from this one. So we are at index this one. I will go to the last one, right here. So we're getting from here. So moved, and then we will go each by time. So first what we will do, we will start from here, and then we will go down, right? So what we will do, move down we have to. So current row is less than number of rows. If this is the current row is less than this one, till that we will move down, right? So for that we have to write, so current index is should be less than this one, we have to make, also we can make. What we will do, for the my grid, we will move to the current row, and current column is, we have some character, right? So that character we will place, and then we will update our current row. For so all element we will fill A, B, C, D, E, like this we will fill, and we will update our current row and index. Similarly, once we will completed our row, then what we will do, we will do current row minus 2. So we are at the current row, we'll do minus 2, means we will reduce 2 element from there, right? So we will reach, let's suppose we will reach here, okay? So now current column is current row is that, and current column is plus plus, means we have to increment this one. So now we are at this column, okay, for this one, this line, right? And we are at here, right? Now what we will do, now we have to move up each time, right? For each we have to move, and we have to increment each time, right? So you can see we are updating our what column, for we are going up each time, we are going up, right? So we will current row we have to do minus minus, and current column we have to update plus plus, and character index should be also updated. But we are getting, we have to update each time the current row and current value, so that we will add F, G, and H similarly, right? So this part is done. Now we had what string output we have. So what we will do, for the current row, each time current row we have, right? So what we will do, we will check if the current row character doesn't contains this one, then we will append this one, right? These things. So you have understood, right? So this will fulfill our all the section. Once we are done, then we have the matrix, then we will read one by one character, right? Once we have filled, so for the all row wise row, right? So we will get all row, and all row character we will read one by one. We will if we don't have null, means we have some character there, we will read that, and then line by line. This is for line by line reading, right? For all rows we will move one by one, and then we will append, and after the appending we will return this value. Okay, so thank you so much guys. If you like this video, please hit comment and subscribe this channel. So in this second part of this video, we will go with the string traversal and we'll see this one. Okay, so if you'll talk about you can say the complexity, right, in this program, right? So complexity is what we are traversing number of rows and for the total character, right? So like this we are traversing from here to number of rows, right? So we initialize actually two dimensional matrix that we have seen here, right? Grid matrix here, and this size should be number of rows into number of column, right? So for the number of column we will take O of n, and for O of n number of column suppose, and for each column it will take what, O of n into number of character, right, into character. So what will happen, total if you will calculate, so it will come what, number of rows into the number of characters we have, right? Total time like that, number of rows, row you can say row into number of character, let's suppose this is O of n. Okay, this time will take. And for the for the you can say space complexity, we have n into n number of rows in number of column. So total you can take total n characters. For the n characters we will have the space. Okay, so please like, share, subscribe this channel. Thank you so much.